Hello students, now we will see how to input data in the double dimensional array. As we have in the single dimensional array, we have four methods, the same four methods in giving input to the double dimensional array. Okay, actually first is your assignment method. So these are the three ways in which you get the input from the user. This one you are going to give it in the program itself. You will be assigning the value first itself, and here only in these three only you are going to get the input from the user. Okay, first we will see the first method by using the assignment statement. In this method we are going to see here, we are going to assign the values in the program itself while declaration. Okay, see, int m we have declared the array and we are going to give the values here. So this is called the assignment method. You are going to just assign the input values during the declaration itself, that is within your program itself. You are not going to take the input from anywhere and assign it. You are just going to assign the values directly. Okay, whatever values you want, you are going to enter it in the program itself. We will see an example for this. And see here, this and all, you know, the class name, and this is your void main function string args. Then we are entering into the program int I and j. This is for this is the declaration for this for loops. Okay, we are going to use this variable int m of is equal to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, like this the value we have given. And if you notice here, see here, curly braces, we have so many curly braces inside this curly braces itself. In the single dimensional array, we used to give the data in a single line within the two curly braces, but here since we are going to print it row by row, we are giving it like this. Okay, since this is a double dimensional array, we are going to give it like this. Okay, the first row will be separated by using this curly braces inside the main curly braces. Okay, this is the main curly braces which starts here and ends here. Inside your sub, you are giving one row in one set of curly braces. See here, another row here and another row here, and each row should have the same number of elements. Okay, because in your memory it will be saved like that only. I'll tell you that later while explaining this, how it is going to be saved. I will tell you that. So each elements in each row should be of the same size. If you should not give it as this has 4 and this has 3 and this has 2. Okay, so all the elements in each row should be the same. It is not required in the y-axis, but in the x-axis everything should be in the same. X-axis only we say it as row, right? So there the elements have to be in the same size. But in the y-axis, how many ever you give, that is not a problem. So how many rows you want, you can stop it, or how many rows you want, you can increase it. So that is not a problem. But the elements in each row should be the same. Okay, and these elements will be stored in the matrix form. It won't be stored in the matrix form, but it will be stored with the two index values. Index values means the subscript value is there. No, see here, see, m of I and j is given. No, this is called the index value. So for each value of I and j, the value will be saved here. Wait, I'll show you. See here, this is the values given. Array m of double dimensional array we have declared here, and 1 2 3 4, like this the values has been given. And for I is equal to 0, this for loop will be executed 4 times. That is for your each row element. Okay, see here, for m of I and j, for first iteration I is equal to 0. For the first iteration I is equal to 0 and j will be executed for 4 values, that is less than 4, means till 3 you get 4 values, 1, 2, 3 and 4 you are getting, no? So for first j is equal to 0. This is I value. See here, for m of 0 comma 0, for j is also 0, this first value will be saved in that position. And for j loop is going to be incremented. And see here, m of 0 for the first iteration of I, this one. Okay, so m of 0 is going to be the same and j is equal to 1. So m of 0 comma 1, the second element will be saved and the j value will be increased again and j is equal to 2. So the first iteration I value is going to be the 0 and for j value 2, the third element 3 is going to be saved. And for j is equal to 3, m of 0, 3, 4 is going to be saved. And when it comes to 4, see here, the condition we have given here is j is less than 4. So if it comes to 4, automatically this will come out of the loop and second iteration of I will be coming. So I will be incremented by 1 and now the value of I changes to 1 and again the j starts from 0. See, for m of in the I position, in the second iteration I value is going to be 1 and j value, it gets again going to start from the 0. So 1 comma 0, the fifth element is going to be saved there. Similarly, j is equal to 1 and iteration, in the second iteration the value of I is going to remain the same till the j loop, that is for loop with j is going to get completed. So m of 1 comma 1, j value 1, 6 is going to be saved and j is equal to 2. So 1 comma 2, the 7 is going to be saved and for third iteration of j, the third will be saved. So you can take it as this left side as the column and this as the row. Okay, so always the right side element, the second will be for your row elements. Okay, as the iteration goes on for the second loop, you will be taking the elements inside your row for each row. Okay, so once the inner loop is ending, your first row will be ended. See here, for less than 4 till j is equal to 3, your first row is ended and second row, see here, 5, 6, 7, 8. So until the j is equal to 3, the second row ended and it is going to the I loop and I is again going to be incremented and now I is going to be 2, which is your third iteration. Okay, in third iteration, now the I value is going to be 2 and again the inner loop is going to start from the 0. So 2 comma 0 is 9 and 2 comma 1 will be 10. See this value where here 9, 10, 11, 12. The last row is going to be saved here. So j is equal to 1, 10 and in j is equal to 2, 2 comma 2 you will be having 11 and in j is equal to 3 you will be having 2 comma 3, 12. So this will be like a matrices. Okay, I hope you all would have studied the matrices. So in this matrices, how you store and how you calculate that, the same process is going to be done here. Okay, see here, 0 of 0 element, 0 comma 1 element, 0 comma 2, 0 comma 3, like this only it is going to be saved. Otherwise you can also take it like a graph. In graph, how you have